the storm, and now the Hojin Maru continued to drift helplessly along the black current of the Pacific Ocean. Neither the captain nor helmsman Iwakichi knew their whereabouts or where the current would take them. The days were taking their toll on the crew, and they were becoming physically and mentally weak with anxiety and fear.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll see it land soon. Don't lose hope.
But the crew was losing hope, and they had run out of wood to make fires so that they could distill seawater into drinking water, and they were slowly running out of food. Otokichi began to worry for his elder brother Kichijiro.
Otto, I'm going to die soon. Look over there. That is calling me.
Don't talk like that, Kichijiro. You won't die. Don't you want to see Mama again?
Of course, I want to see her. I want to go back to Onoura. I want to go back home.
Kichijiro and 5 other men were all lying on the bottom of the ship in agony. Their face, hands, feet, and limbs were all extremely swollen. Dark rings had formed around their eyes, and nosebleeds were common. They had scurvy. All the typical symptoms were present of that typical sickness that hits seamen who lack fresh vegetables, meat, and water. Time went on and the men were getting worse.
It's New Year's Day, Otto. I want to eat manju until I'm full. Then I will be ready to die.
The next morning Otokichi went to his brother's bed with his breakfast and found him cold and dead. He was heartbroken.
Have the gods forsaken us, Otokichi?
Following the death of Kichijiro came those of 7 others, and it looked as if they had all lost favor with the gods and had been forsaken. In the year that ensued, Captain Juemon fell ill too.
Iwakichi, please promise me that you will take Kyukichi and Otokichi back to Onoura. And please forgive me for not having more faith in you as crew member. You took such good care of me.
Please. There's nothing to forgive.
Captain Juemon breathed his last and died in Iwakichi's arms. Now, only the 3 men remained alive on the Hojin Maru. They buried the dead at sea by placing their bodies in barrels, as they had been the custom in Western countries.
I'm sure they will be happy. They were all fine seamen.
As Otokichi looked into the distance, he could see birds flying in the air.
Look there! Seagulls!
Oh, land must be close by. Otokichi, Kyukichi.
In early 1834, after about 14 months of drift, the Hojin Maru was washed ashore at a place called Cape Alvera, near the present-day Washington State. A people named the Macaw lived there, and the area looked surprisingly like their own hometown in Japan. But they would soon see how different it would be.
Otto, I can't stand it. We've been here almost half a year now. They make us work from dawn till dusk. And their habits are very strange to us. We've got to find a way out of here.
Be patient, Kyukichi. Our chance will come.
And their chance did come. Sometime later, a letter that Iwakichi had handed out to one of the Macaw made its way to Dr. John McLaughlin of the Fort Vancouver office of the Hudson Bay. Then, after about a week of negotiations with the villagers, they became free men again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. The 3 were taken into Dr. McLaughlin's office. He took out a globe and showed them the great expanse that they had traveled, and the size of Japan compared to the rest of the world.
Japan? Is it Japan? But it cannot be so small.
At Fort Vancouver, the 3 began to learn English. Otokichi tried to memorize the new words he was taught each day.
Otto, you remember well, don't you? It's difficult for me to learn English.
We can't complain, Kyukichi. We live in a foreign place, and we have to get used to their customs.
Yes, well, the language is hard enough. But these clothes are funny, aren't they? I don't feel well in them.
Dr. McLaughlin had an idea. If he could get those 3 back to Japan, they could tell him what a powerful, prosperous, and advanced country it is.
Here, boys, look at this map. See, this is England. I will take you to see it. Then we will go around the Cape of Good Hope of South Africa and finally return to Japan. You can count on me.
They arrived in England in June 1835 and dropped anchor in the River Thames. The three men marveled at the technology of the modern-day steam-powered ships.
This doesn't look like a Hojimal at all.
Foreign ships are amazing.
Isn't there an otter somewhere on board? Everybody closed their eyes and write something on their chest with their hand before each meal. I wonder if they're offering prayers in their heart. I'm sure they are, and the God whom these foreigners pray to must surely be a wise one, because they make such a wonderful ship out of iron.
Dr. McLaughlin had high hopes of returning the three men home and concluding a trade agreement with England and Japan. However, at the time, England was only interested in the opium trade with China. Thus, after 10 short days, the ship was ready to set sail again. But on the last day, the three were allowed to go and explore the streets of London.
Otto, look at the lady over there. Her face is so fair and her hat is so cute.
Whoa! Look up at the colored windows of the building. What are they?
Listen, you do have to keep all these things firm in your memory because you have to tell all about them when you return to Japan.
Can we return to Japan right away?
Sure you can, but please wait for a while in